Hi, I am Emily. I do have other YouTube accounts, so if you recognize me, please. That's fine. But I am reading The Collector to you by K.R. Alexander. Didn't I say turn that down? My niece is in here, Raya. She is trying to make her videos, but she gets loud, so I told her to quiet down. Hopefully she quiets down. But we are going to start with chapter 1. Do I get my own room? Anna asked when we drove down Grandma Jenny's driveway. Jessie snores. I glare at her from the front seat. Sometimes my little sister can be such a pain. Yes, Anna, Mom said. You both get your own rooms. It's an upgrade, see? You need internet to get upgrades, I muttered, crossing my arms. Grandma Jenny didn't have any internet service. My phone barely even worked out here. Josie, Mom began. She didn't finish her warning. She'd already told me many times not to make a fuss because this was hard on everyone. Yeah, sure. She didn't have to start 6th grade at a new school in the middle of nowhere. Grandma's house came into view. It was huge, much bigger than our apartment in Chicago had been. This place had 3 whole stories with big windows on each side and a porch wrapped all the way around. A big yard stretched out on all sides past the swing set, and small appled orchard was thick forest that looked like it was filled with brambles and secrets. Even now on a warm evening, the trees looked dark and cold. The front door opened and Grandma Jenny came out. She was shaky and leaned heavily on the screen door, but she was smiling. Even though I really didn't want to be here, seeing her made me smile too. It was rare to see her smile like she actually saw us. Oh, my girl, she called when we got out of the car. She took a shaky step towards us. I'm so happy you made it. Mom jogged up the steps to hug Grandma while Anna and I got our bags out of the back of the car. There weren't many. Mom had shipped a few boxes ahead of us, and the rest of our life was in storage. Hi, Grandma Jenny, Anna said, running up to hug her. I was right behind. Oh, my girls, Grandma said again. I looked at Mom. Her smile looked forced as she watched Grandma, but then Grandma looked back to Mom. How was the drive, dear? It was fine, Mom. I think we're all a bit tired, though. Well then, I have some sun tea in the kitchen. Why don't we all have a drink out here before dinner? Mom agreed and went inside to get the tea while Grandma led Anna and me to the patio table. She's an old woman, Mom had reminded us a million times on the ride here. Her memory's fading, and she might not always make sense. Just be patient with her and act like you know what she's talking about, even if you don't. That way she won't get too flustered. Now, girls, Grandma Jenny told us once we were settled, her voice a strong whisper. There are 3 rules for living here. 1. Never leave your windows open after dark, even if it's hot. 2. No dolls in the house. And 3. Never ever go by the house in the woods. That's where Barley lives. She looked out to the forest when she said it. I stared too. It gave me a chill. Anything could be hiding out there. Whenever we'd visit before, she'd never let us out of our sight. But she never mentioned our house before, or Barley. Who or what was Barley? I wanted to ask, but I didn't want to upset her. It was clear from her eyes that it upset her enough just to say the name. Don't worry, Grandma, I assured her, patting her arm. Well, we'll follow the rules. Mom came out and then handed us the sun tea. I didn't really want it. I wanted soda, but Grandma Jenny didn't have that, so I needed to get used to it now. Grandma and Mom talked about the drive for a bit. I tuned them out. I was trying to prepare myself for tomorrow, my first day at a new school in a new town. It made my stomach hurt to think about it. How was I going to find my way around? How would I make friends? What if the kids made fun of me because I wasn't from around here? I'd already stopped worrying about that, about what Grandma said. Her rules were strange, but that was just how things were. The only thing I could do was follow along. I only tuned back in when Grandma started talking about Grandpa Tom. "He'll be right down, you know," Grandma said. "He'll be so happy to know you're here." Mom went quiet. Anna shot me a shock. "Can you believe she said that? Look, Grandpa Tom had passed away 5 years ago. I barely remember him." "Let's get you inside, Mom," our mother said. "I think maybe you could use a nap." "Tom will be so happy," Grandma continued. She let Mom help her up and guide her toward the house. "Girls, could you get the rest of the bags?" Mom asked. I knew she wanted us to keep busy, but keep busy. She hated seeing Grandma like this. It seemed to be happening more and more often. That was once one reason we were here, to make sure Grandma wasn't in danger. Mom was worried she'd fall down the stairs or hurt herself. And when Mom lost her job, it made sense for us to come here, or at least it made sense to the adults. It still didn't make sense to me. All we knew was that Grandma wasn't entirely with us anymore. Some days she went better than others, and we also knew not to go into the woods. As soon as Anna and I were a safe distance away from heading to the car, while Mom led Grandma inside, Anna asked, "Do you think she's okay?" I shrugged. That was weird about Grandma, right? I shrugged again, wishing she'd get the hint that I don't want to talk about it. But she went on, "Who do you think Barley is?" "You ask too many questions," I replied. I started lugging the suitcases from the trunk while she grabbed another bag from the back seat. A breeze flew by the woods, and I heard a noise. That sent another wave of chills down my back. I stopped what I was doing and looked into the trees. Nothing moved. "What are you looking at?" Anna asked. I nearly jumped out of my skin. "Did you hear that?" I asked her. "What?" I looked away from the woods, back to her. "Nothing," I said. "Come on, let's get those inside." I didn't want to be out here any longer. That noise. I swore I heard an old woman laughing. That was chapter 1 in 8 minutes and 28 seconds, I think it was. Where did I leave it?
Can I watch it?
But I finished chapter 1. I will be doing chapter 2. And please.
That's chapter 1?
Yeah, just for chapter 1. No, not where the bookmarker is. That's where I'm at. This is chapter 1.
It's scary. You said it was kind of creepy.
In the beginning. But yes. I will be doing more of these videos. Hopefully being able to post every day. Because this book I need to read every day, or because my teacher assigned books to us, and well, she didn't assign the books, but she said we have to pick a book and read it. So that's the book I picked, comparing that's mine, and I didn't have a library book with me. But anyways, I will, once I finish this book to you guys, I will be picking out a new book. If you want to, oh my god, what was the word? If you wanted to put any suggestions of books I should read, put it down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, right? Yeah.
How do you put